Hi, this is Edward in Villella. I've been doing a podcast, uh, oh, almost 2 years now, and we're about to shoot our 20th. And I think that's a unique circumstance, certainly for me. But within all of this, I've had such a good time just playing. And that's what I do. Obviously, I'm a retired old gentleman. I was a ballet dancer for 19 years at the New York City Ballet. I worked for George Balanchine, Jerome Robbins. I was prominent. Always got me a good seat in a restaurant. So I love doing it, and I love to continue to do it. And I got a great pal who does all of this for me. I did a number of Carol Burnett shows, and one of them was at the opening of the Sydney Opera House, famous building, and it was an extraordinary facility. Once you got inside, it wasn't a regular kind of stage, a regular, for instance, the entire back of the building was audience, and in front of you was audience. It was a crazy kind of thing, and as a dancer, we are used to front. You know where the front is, okay, you're fine. But when you're looking all over for that, it's like dancing in the round. If you could think of that, dancing in the round. I used to do a lot of that, summer stuff, here in America. And once you started, you had to find your friend. And she was such a pro. And she said to me, all of the young women went back to ballet class because you were going. I said, oh, God. And it was very endearing, very sweet, and gracious. And I became this oddity. Here I was, the oddity for that show. They didn't have too many classical ballet dancers on, and a guy like me who like ladies. I happen to like ladies a lot. and half of the ladies there kind of like me. So I had my complications, needless to say. But the professionalism of their organization really was the hallmark of what it was. They could function together, they could be silly like crazy together, and always funny. It was always funny. I got a call from my agent, and there was a major photographer who wanted to do a shot of me. And his whole thing was to get people jumping. You see the tail of the plane. He said that's the center of the photograph. And can we do a number of shots like that right over it and kind of emulate my arms, basically emulate the tail of that plane. And I thought, well, that might be a very, very interesting shot. And so when he finally sends me the photograph, I was stunned. I said, that's a mind. That's a creative, inventive mind. And this guy had it all organized. It was all available. And when I saw it, I said, that's going to be around a while. And I yes, let me do it.
And you're walking by me in one of the studios, and you go, "Hey, good luck tomorrow. Marriage is the first step towards divorce." And I was like, I don't want to hear that. And I tell people that story. I'm like, oh no, I worked for Edward Villella, and when I was getting married, this is what he said to me. And if it's women, they're like, boo. And if they're guys, they're like,
Well, 30 years later.
you probably don't remember that. We probably just came out of you like that.
Yeah, that's who I used to be.
That was classic, man. So classic. Classic Edward Villella, man.
Oh, well, so long as we were having fun.
Yeah.
And that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me a great Kent Stoll story.
Oh.
Where you were like on the tarmac of like getting a small plane or something, and he had done something to you. He yelled at you about Francia or something. Like he had, I forget what had happened, but you were partnering her maybe, and he said something to you that was confrontational, and you said to him, you go, yeah? Well, guess what? Next time I'm gonna drop her and I'm gonna kick you in the ass. How you like that? and he went like running away. See ya. Oh man, that's another. When we were dancing in Seattle on tour, I remember he was showing you around their new facility, and obviously you guys, made up and all that stuff by then, and they had a nice facility. It was pretty sweet, and we all got to take class in that building. So we did a men's class and we did a women's class, and these guys, we were like on the shorter side, Miami City Ballet. Like maybe I was one of the taller guys. These guys were all giants. They were like 6'1", 6'2". So it was totally different.
Some of them women.
Really good partners, but when it came to jumping and turning and all that stuff, not so strong. So we had a dance off.
Oh, they were very good at the bar.
Or they were like beautiful bars, but then when it came to moving, not so much, right? And I remember being in class. You got all PNB, Pacific Northwest. You got all Miami City Ballet, and it became a dance off. It was like, yeah, all right, let's go. And it became this competition. And we had Franklin, and we had Giannis, and we had me, all the guys, and we all brought out the best, and we killed them. We just killed them with pure technique. Like everything we could do would just come out, and everybody was on. And these guys were falling down, and they couldn't do good battus, and we were, because of you, we could beat, and we could everything. And I just remember it was amazing, because when does that happen? That never happens. You get two companies in the same studio taking class together, and every day we would just slay them. It was awesome.
And I don't love you just for that. I always love you at work. You're my father dancer. And I love you. I love you. Please know that. Please know.
Well, please don't.
Wait, this needs a double.
Hold on, I gotta get my phone.
I'm sorry. This needs a double. Without you, our lives would have been completely different.
Yeah, very dull.
So bland.
It would have been so basic.
bland.
Hi, this is Edward Villella. I hope you like my podcast and subscribe.